All right, welcome to the 8th grade Panther Planning Night. The purpose of tonight is to review the 4-year plan for your student and their schedule for high school. By the end of the night, we hope that you can ask any questions you have and finalize the plan and get the parent's signature on your student's 4-year plan. My name is Tyler Pierce, and I'm the Career and College Readiness Coordinator for the district. And I'm going to give you some history of how we got to where we are today and the things we've done to help expose your kids to potential careers and figure out what their interests are. So here in Knoxville, we have a program called Opportunity Knox. This is our career and college readiness program for all preschool through 12th grade students. On the right side, you can see our portrait of a graduate. Those are just skills that we want kids to have when they graduate. And then on the left side, you can see 3 gold bars. Back at the elementary level, we hope that we can show kids awareness to different careers that are out there. In the middle school level, it's about exploration of both themselves and careers. And then in high school, we're trying to get them more and more experiences. So trying to get them personalized, authentic, work-based experiences to all students. If we dig into that a little bit deeper, you can see the elementary details, the middle school, the high school, and then opportunities available to alumni and community partners. At the elementary level, we have various things that take place in the classroom, and it's weird to think about these as career exploration things for kids, but they definitely are starting to think about it whether they know it or not. So when they have classroom jobs and duties as elementary kids, that is helping them learn the responsibility and routines. Student of the Week posters, they usually include on that, what do my parents do for a living? What do I want to be when I grow up? Through the field trips that they go on at various grade levels in elementary, they get exposed to different careers that are out there and potential employment opportunities. We have guest speakers that come in to the elementaries through the Peers program, with Miss Mary Strawberry coming in, Panther Spotlight, which is highlighting different parents and their jobs or family members and their jobs within the classroom. And then we have local police department and local fire department that come in and talk to kids about their jobs as well. In the last 3 years, your 8th graders have done a lot of exploration of both themselves and careers while they've been in middle school. So in the classroom, you can see that they've developed their ICAP, which is their state requirement. All 8th graders have to have a 4-year plan. They've participated in Cooter Navigator lessons, which we have now switched over to a program called Zello. So your kids can tell you more about that, and that's where their 4-year plan is tonight. And the last part there is some Work Smart Connector workshops, and we'll get into that in a little bit. You can see some field trips that go on when they're in middle school below there, some Peers program and different guest speakers that come in our middle school. And then at the high school, it's all about different types of experiences. So you can look at those and what they have coming up in their futures. If you as a parent or a community partner would like to get involved, there are several different ways included on the right side, but that's just kind of our overview of Opportunity Knox and things we do for your kids. When we talked about Work Smart Connector, there were a series of workshops that took place at the old middle school in the gym or in the library. And we brought in community partners from Weiler and Pellacorp and Vermeer and various places, and they did lessons with kids to learn about different career pathways. This year in 8th grade, we also brought in community partners, and they mapped skills to careers, they made a vision board, and they kind of mapped out what they might want to take in high school classes. We will continue with these workshops their 9th grade year, their 10th grade year, their 11th grade year, and all the way up to their 12th grade year. Along with Mrs. Sauce and Mrs. Smith, the last couple of weeks and various times throughout their 8th grade year, this is kind of an outline of our Zello lessons that kids are going to get between 6th grade all the way through 7th grade, all the way through 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. So these are different Zello lessons. They'll do 4 or 5 every year until they graduate. So in 8th grade, they kind of have these chunks right here, and the culminating one right here at the bottom is reviewing the ICAP and creating their 4-year plan. So that's where we're going to begin with our work tonight. When we talked about exposing kids to careers, there are 6 career clusters that we look at and various jobs that exist within them. Most all jobs fall on one color or a combination of colors on here. So just a reference for you guys. And then Mr. Hatch and Miss Fitzgerald are going to talk about our graduation mapping and high school classes from there.
So part of the 4-year plan is just to draft a plan. It's flexible, it can be changed, it will change from year to year, but it gets kids thinking about what opportunities they have, what classes they're going to need, just so that they're getting those wheels turning and they're starting to think about what opportunities they have available in high school. So if you look at the top, English, they'll need 8 classes, science, they'll need 6, math, they need 6, history 6, and so on. And then as we work through each grade, we kind of break it down a little bit. Again, it's flexible, it can change, it will change, but it's just a way to kind of start mapping out what they can take. So you can see what they're going to have to take at each grade, which electives they might have to take, and then suggested ones where they might have space in their schedule, they can add something in, and then it's going to look the same for 11th and 12th grade as well. The required core classes, required electives, and then suggested opportunities that they can take.
In high school, we have many elective options down here at the bottom. This gives the students many options to either explore new areas of interest or to concentrate on specific areas that they have found a lot of interest in. We have several options in subjects like art, Spanish, agriculture, business, family and consumer sciences, industrial tech, which is construction or automotive, and then we also offer 4 years of band or music. In Spanish, you can take 4 years of Spanish. Spanish is not a required course. It is a course that you could use as an elective. Generally, a college or a university, a 4-year college or university, requires about 2 years to get in, but every college is different, and there's some different rules that go with that. Community colleges do not require any of that to be admitted into their schools, so that's their choice. If a student, as a freshman, if you are enrolled in Spanish, choir, and band, that will eat up all of your electives. So as a freshman and a sophomore, you won't have very many choices to take of the other electives here. But as you become a junior or senior, more openings will be created because you'll have less core classes, so that'll give you a chance to concentrate on the things you like of your core requirements. So that's all I got.
All right, so if we dive into the last 2 weeks of the work that your kids have done, they have gotten into this Zello program right here, and we have had them work in something called Course Planner. So they are being exposed to all the different courses that exist out there, and they're kind of mapping out each of their next 4 years. So in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, we went into class, the high school counselors, middle school counselors, myself, and we just worked with every 8th grade student and mapped out their potential courses. So if they're in algebra now as an 8th grader, we're helping them get into the correct math class as a freshman if they are wanting to continue down that path. Or as an 8th grader, if they're in 8th grade math, they would be taking algebra their 9th grade year. So we've just mapped that out, and you have a printout of this for you. And the thing we were working towards with the kids is this magic number right here, 49. To graduate from high school, we needed 49 credits total, and those are from specific areas. Here are those different areas, and every student is going to have a summary of which subjects their credits are coming from and how that feeds into the total of 49 credits required. It is okay and very common for kids to have more than 49 credits because they will have extra electives than they need, but that is completely fine. The next step of that, and the final step, I guess, for tonight, is for you as parents to ask questions to any of the counselors that are here tonight or myself, and we will help address any concerns you might have or questions you may have, and we will just try to get this finalized tonight and make changes within Zello. And by the end of the night, we hope that you can sign it as a parent, the student can sign it, and then at the end of the night, the teacher can sign these, and we get these submitted as a state requirement for all 8th grade students to have a 4-year plan. So from here, take your piece of paper that you have printed out or pick it up if you haven't already, and you're going to go to the cafeteria to review your student's 4-year plan